Good morning, ma'am.
Then today we are going to learn a new lesson, chapter 3, drainage. What is drainage? What is drainage? You have seen drainage, right? Drainage canals in cities and towns, even sometimes in our village, drainage canals, right? Have you seen it?
Yes.
You have seen drainage canals. Here drainage means it's a river system of India or an area. In geography, drainage means river system of an area. Let us first understand some of the important concepts that will be coming across this lesson, which are very important when we talk about this lesson, drainage. So let us see what are the important concepts come under the heading drainage. First important topic is the meaning of drainage. Drainage means river system of an area. In simple word we can define drainage. It's a river system of an area. A rivers of an area. Next important concept is drainage basin. What is drainage basin? Okay, before understanding what is drainage basin, when you look at a physical map of India, you can see a number of tributaries or small rivers. What is the meaning of tributary? Tributaries are small rivers that flow into large river, right? Or other word we can say tributaries are small rivers that have come together and form a large river or a main river, right? It's called tributary. And what is distributary? What is the meaning of distributary? What is the difference between tributaries and distributaries? You might have learned in smaller classes what are tributaries and what are distributaries. Do you have any idea what is tributary?
Small
Yes.
channels of water.
Sorry, Rifa, can you say a little more louder?
Channels of water.
Small channels of water. It's called tributary. Small rivers flow into a large river, or small rivers come together and form a large river. It is called tributary. Then what is distributary? What is
Small
called
rivers.
distributary?
Small rivers to large rivers.
Sorry? Distributary.
Small rivers forming a large river.
See, this is the small rivers. Here we have small rivers from two sides, and this small rivers come together and form a large river. This is the large river, right? Here small rivers or small streams come together and form a large river. Small rivers flow into large river. It's called tributary. Clear? And distributaries are rivers that flow away from the main river. This is the main river, right? Tributaries form this main river, and rivers flow away from the tributary, or not from tributary, from the main river. Rivers flow away from the main river. It's called distributary. Distributaries are just opposite of tributary. Distributaries are small rivers have come together and form a large river or stream. Then distributaries are rivers that flow away from the main river. Distributaries are the rivers or streams that flow away from the main river. I hope you understood what is the difference between tributary and distributary. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we are talking about drainage basin. Drainage basin, in simple word we can say drainage basin, the area drained by a single river. An area drained by a single river. It's called drainage basin. Here you can see the Amazon River. Amazon River. In an area, only a single river, right? And along with its tributaries, it has many tributaries and distributaries. It is called drainage basin. This is Amazon drainage basin. World's largest drainage basin is Amazon drainage basin. Amazon drainage basin. An area drained by a single river along with its tributaries and distributaries, called drainage basin. It's clear? Meaning of drainage basin is clear? Dear, this concept is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Thank you, Vishnupriya. Next important concept is water divide. Water dividers, in this picture you can see on both sides, left and right, you can see drainage basin. Drainage basin means a river, see, a large river or a main river and its tributaries and distributaries. Here also, tributaries and distributaries. Main river along with its tributaries and distributaries. It's called drainage basin. Left and right, you can see drainage basin, right? This two drainage basin separated by a mountain. Separated by a mountain or an upland, highland or uplifted land, uplifted area. Mountain or an uplifted area, right? It's called water divide. Two drainage basins are separated or divided by a mountain or an uplifted land. It's called water divide. I hope these three concepts are clear to you. Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
First one is water's drainage. Drainage is a river system of an area. Second concept is drainage basin. An area drained by a single river along with its tributaries and distributaries is called drainage basin. Third one is water divide. Two drainage basins are divided or separated by a mountain or an upland or uplifted land. It's called water divide. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you
Yes, ma'am.
explain the first concept? What is drainage? In geography, what is drainage?
Drainage. The river system of an area is
River
known as
system of an
drainage.
area is called drainage. Very good. Badra, what is water divide?
When two drainage basins are divided by a mountain or upland is known as water divide.
Okay, very good. Then Rose Sibi, what is drainage basin?
The area drained by a single river system is called drainage.
An area drained by a single river is called drainage basin, right? Along with its tributaries and distributaries are also there, right? But you can say in simple word, we can define an area drained by a single river is called drainage basin. Afsana, what is water divide? Afsana, what is water divide? Absana, unmute your audio. Who can answer? Okay. Prajot, what is
Um,
water divide?
when two drainage basins get divided by an elevated area like mountains or upland, it is called water divide.
Water divide. Okay. Good. Then, world's largest water drainage basin is? World's largest drainage basin is Amazon drainage basin. Then what about India? India's largest drainage basin is? India's largest drainage basin is Ganges basin, river Ganga. It's formed by river Ganga and its tributaries. Kosi, Gomati, Yamuna and all the sun, all these are the tributaries of Ganga. This is India's largest drainage basin. It's formed by river Ganga and its tributaries. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then one question is there in your textbook. Which river has largest basin in India? River Ganga. You can expect this for 1 mark question. Then world's largest drainage basin of the Amazon River. It's Amazon River basin. Then India's largest drainage basin is river Ganga or Ganges basin. Ganges basin. Then next let us see about drainage system in India. Drainage system in India. Last class, in the last chapter, we have previous lesson, right? We have learned about 6 physical features of India. I hope all of you remember at least the name of 6 physical features, right? The Himalayan mountains, northern plains, peninsula plateau, coastal plains, islands and deserts.
Indian.
Indian desert, right? Good. Then, on the basis of physical features, Indian rivers are divided into 2 groups. Indian rivers are divided into 2 groups. What is the meaning of subcontinent? In geography textbook, in all chapters, we can see this word subcontinent. What is the meaning of subcontinent? Melvin, what is subcontinent? What is subcontinent?
Subcontinents.
Louder. Sorry.
Can you hear me? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Aditya, what is subcontinent? Have you heard the word subcontinent?
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
seen this in geography
Yes,
textbook?
ma'am.
Subcontinent.
Yes,
What is the
ma'am.
meaning of subcontinent?
Indian subcontinent and all.
Yeah, you
Like
have
a
heard
country.
India subcontinent like that, right? But it's a part of a continent. India is a part of which continent?
Asia.
Asia.
Then features of subcontinent here means India. Influence on the basis of physical features, Indian rivers are divided into 2 groups. What are they? Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. Indian rivers are divided into 2 groups, Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. On the basis of origin, this is the first difference between these 2 rivers. Himalayan rivers and first difference is Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayas. Peninsular rivers originate from Peninsular Plateau. Clear? Himalayan rivers originate from Himalaya. Peninsular rivers originate from Peninsular Plateau. when we draw here, you can see here we have Deccan Plateau, Central Highlands, right? And mountain ranges, Himalayan. On the north we have Himalayan mountains, and this part we have Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. Himalayan rivers originate from Himalaya. Peninsula rivers originate from here, Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau has two divisions, Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Peninsular rivers originate from Peninsular Plateau. Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayas, Mount Himalaya. It's clear?
Yes,
These
ma'am.
two groups are clear, Himalayan rivers and Peninsular rivers. Himalayan
Yes.
rivers originate from Himalayan rivers. Peninsular rivers originate from Peninsular Plateau. Then what is the meaning of peninsular? What is the meaning of peninsular?
Three sides are covered by water.
Yeah, land covered by water on three sides, right? Okay, thank you, Aditya. Good. Next, let us see the difference between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. First difference on the base of originators, Himalayan rivers originate from Mount Himalayas, peninsular rivers originate from Peninsular Plateau. And other than this originate, apart from this originating point, Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers have many other differences. Let us see what are the differences between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. Dear children, do one thing. Okay. First difference, I have given the name basic, right? Then this will help you to understand very clearly. First difference on the point of origin. Himalayas and Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayas, right? And glaciers. What is glacier? What is glacier? Rose, what is glacier? Meghna, what is glacier? Adidev, what is glacier?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Question.
Arjun, what is glacier?
And glacier is a river of ice.
Ice river.
Ice river or huge mass of ice. Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayas and glaciers. Peninsular rivers originate from Western Ghats and Central Highlands. Western Ghats and Central Highlands. We have learned Western Ghats and Central Highlands, right? Do you remember? I hope you remember all the points. Here we have Peninsular Plateau, Central Highlands, right? Two division of Peninsular Plateau, Deccan Plateau and Central Highlands. Then here we have Western Ghats. So Peninsular rivers originate from Western Ghats and Central Highlands. This is Central Highlands. Peninsular rivers originate from exact point of origin as Western Ghats and Central Highlands from those two areas. The second difference is on the basis of nature. Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers and peninsular rivers are seasonal rivers. What is the meaning of perennial rivers?
Regularly.
Perennial rivers? Yes. What is perennial rivers?
Like there will be water throughout.
Yeah, rivers have water throughout the year. Very good. Okay, perennial rivers have water throughout the year. Then Himalayan rivers originate from Himalaya, have water throughout the year. Why? Why Himalayan rivers have water throughout the year?
Because the snow melt.
Yeah, because the water come from melted snow, right? Water come from melted snow. That's why Himalayan rivers have water throughout the year. Water come from melted snow. Peninsular rivers are seasonal rivers. Why? Because these rivers get water from rain, right? Second point, that will make it more clear. Source of water, Himalayan rivers, source of water, rainfall and
Glaciers.
glaciers. Then peninsular rivers depending on rainwater. Only rainwater, right? Himalayan rivers get water from rainfall and from melted snow. Clear? Second point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then, source of water, rainfall and glacier, and here peninsular rivers get water from rainfall. Then course, flow of water, right? It's a long course, long rivers. Rivers originate from Himalayan mountains are long rivers, long course. Then it perform erosional activity and carry huge load of silt and sand. Why? Long course of rivers. You know what is long course of river? It's a long river, right? Long distance. It runs long distance. Then perform erosional activity. What is erosional activity? When it originates from mountains, it carries something, sand, rocks, stones from the mountains, right? And deposit at the bottom of the mountains, right? On the plain areas, right? And it carries huge load of silt and sand. Then perennial, when we talk about peninsular rivers, it's shorter and shallower. It's not a long course, it's just small rivers. It's shorter and shallower rivers. Then it drains it. You know, all the rivers drain into huge water bodies such as lake, sea or ocean. Here, Himalayan rivers flow towards east and drain in Bay of Bengal. Himalayan rivers drain into Bay of Bengal. Similarly, peninsular rivers also drain into Bay of Bengal. Exceptions are there, but most of the Himalayan rivers drain into Bay of Bengal. Most of peninsular rivers also drain into Bay of Bengal. On east, all those flow eastward, flow towards east and drain in Bay of Bengal. All the rivers, not all rivers, most of the rivers. Exceptions are there. Himalayan rivers, river Indus. Here, river Indus drain into Arabian Sea. River Indus. Here, Tapi and Narmada. River Tapi and Narmada drain into Arabian Sea. Other than this, almost all the rivers flow into Bay of Bengal from both sides. And exceptions are there. River Indus flow into or drain into Bay of Arabian Sea. River Tapi and Narmada flow into or drain into Arabian Sea. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next point, other features of Himalayan rivers. It forms floodplains, oxbow lakes, and delta. It forms floodplains, oxbow lakes, meanders, and delta. You have learned what is floodplain and delta, right? Do you remember what is floodplain? When we discuss the topic northern plains, you have learned floodplains. Is recollected what is it? And what is delta? Delta also you have learned, right? Then Himalayan rivers form floodplains, oxbow lakes and oxbow lake, meanders and delta. I'll show you what it is. Peninsula rivers form estuaries. This one also you have studied in the previous chapter. What is estuaries? I will explain what it is. Okay. See, from this picture, this is a features made by a river. As a main river, like this, it flow like this, right? This meander is a regular curve of the rivers. When you see the river, you can see this type of curve, right? You can see this curve. This is the regular curve of rivers. It is called meander. It's a regular curve in the course of a river. It's a regular curve in the course of a river. It is called meander. Then what is Oxbow Lake? Have you seen ox? Have you noticed one hump on its back? Have you seen? You have not seen ox?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Same like this, you can see a small hump over here, right? This is called Oxbow Lake. It's separated from the main river, right? It's Oxbow Lake. Otherwise, we can say U-shaped river or crescent-shaped. It's crescent-shaped, right? Like this. Crescent-shaped or U-shaped river. It's created as an erosion and deposition of soil. Sometimes this flowing river deposits sand, silt, stones, rocks on its course, right? Sometimes the river is diverted to other part, flow away from the main river. And Oxbow Lake is created and a small river is created. Clear? It is called Oxbow Lake. Its shape is U shape or you can say crescent shape, right? That's why it is called Oxbow Lake. How it is created? It's created, if you want, you can write in your textbook or notebook. It's created as erosion and deposition of soil. It's created by erosion and deposition of soil. Erosion and deposition. Deposition of soil. Soil. It changed the course of river. What is the timing of your class? 10 to? Sorry? Unmute your audio on. What's the timing of your class?
10:45.
10:45.
10:45. Because many children are joining now. So yes. Created by erosion and deposition of soil, and it changed the course of river. This deposition changed the course of river. And when the river deposits rocks and other sediments on its way, sometimes a small part of it or this water deviate from the main river, right? It run away from the main river and form a small lake. It's called Oxbow Lake. Oxbow Lake is U-shaped lake. U-shaped lake. U-shaped lake. Clear what is a Oxbow Lake and Mantor? Then floodplains you have already learned. This is the main river, and definitely when the rivers flow from the mountains, it deposits sediments on both sides, right? And these two sides are plain area, right? So it is called floodplains. These two areas are plain areas. It is called floodplains. And delta, you know what is delta? On the mouth of the river, a small land is created. This land is in triangular shape. It's called delta. Estuary also you know, right? What is estuary? How it is formed? When the river water meet ocean. Fresh water mixed with ocean water. This point is called where, at the point where river water mixed with ocean water. This point is called estuary. And here delta means a river water. It's an area of land created or formed at the mouth of the river. It is called delta. An area of land, triangular shape, are formed at the mouth of the river is called delta. These five concepts are clear. Delta, estuary, Oxbow Lake, Mantor, and floodplains. Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Clear?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, estuary, can you say once again?
Estuary, the point where river water meet ocean water, or a point where fresh water mixed with ocean water.
Okay, ma'am.
This is a river, right? This is ocean. River drain into ocean. River water or river, this river drain into ocean. At this point, you can see there's river water mixed with ocean water. This point is called estuary. Delta, this is the river. There's an area of land created at the mouth of the river is called delta. An area of land created. This is a land, small land, right? Created at the mouth of the river. Mouth of the river means the point where river water meet ocean water, right? This is the mouth of the river, right? This is the mouth of the river. This is the mouth of the river. The point where river water meet ocean or join with ocean water. In delta, a small land is created by the deposition of rivers. And here, land is not created by it mixed with ocean water. Then oxbow lakes are U-shaped lakes or crescent-shaped lakes. It's created by erosion and deposition of soil. Erosion and deposition of soil change the course of the river, and it's separated from the main river and a small lake is created. Its shape is U, like oxbow, like hump of this animal, right? So it is called oxbow lake. Then meanders are regular curve in the course of river. You can see a regular curve. This curve in the course of river, you can see a curve. It's a regular curve in the river. Then floodplains. This is the main river. Definitely when the rivers originate from the mountains, it deposits sediments on both sides. And this two sides, we have plain area. It's called floodplains. Maybe these areas are prone to flood. When flood happens, water level will rise up and deposit sand, silt, stones, pebbles on both sides. And this area, this two places will become plain land or plain area. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't by heart all this. Understand. Okay, keep this map or keep this picture or figure in your mind. Then it will be easy for you. You will never forget when you save this figure in your mind. Okay, then look at the figure, look at this picture and explain. It will be easy. When you by heart all these points, you will not remember when you write. Otherwise, you'll be confused with all those terms. Right? From this small topic, you learn four concepts, right? Oxbow Lake, then meander, floodplains, estuaries, delta, five concepts you learn, 5 names. Then from the introductory part, you learn what is drainage, what is water divide, and what is drainage basin. I understood today's topic. Today itself, read the textbook. Don't keep it for the next day. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
I'll send you notes. Don't forget about your revision. I have given only 2 topics for revision. The Himalayan mountains and peninsula. Not peninsula, northern plains, right? Himalayan mountains and northern plains. You have 1 week time. Study well. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
See you next class.